Good morning. Let's play some chess. 15 minutes, 10 seconds increment. And let's see who we are playing today. And we have the black pieces against 3-1 Lawrence 3-1 from the Philippines. Okay. And he opens with d4, d5. Let me see. Ooh. I think we take. That's the gambit. And I think we just develop. Not very familiar with these lines. I think we can hold on to the pawn just for a couple of moves. I don't want to take. I mean, that helps him develop the knight. And we don't have to give my opponent everything he wants. I think we've played this 2 times before. One time we drew. A very, very, very long and tough game. And is my opponent playing g4 in the next move? Probably he is. Which make me think that this is now a more common move to make. And if the knight takes, it takes away the sting out of g4 a little bit. You can also play h5. But now playing that, takes. Makes more sense to me. And then maybe play e6. And try to castle. I can also try to castle long. That's also possible. So maybe takes is what I think is going to happen. I can, of course, also take with the queen. How do we want to continue then? I think we take now, just to take the sting out of g4. I can even pin the knight now, if I really want to. I can play the knight out, trying to attack the pawn. But I like e6. Yeah, let's play e6. Ready to bring the bishop out. I'm not sure where I want to castle. He can hop in. He's going to do it like that. Well, with that move, it makes sense to play bishop e7 to break the pin. That makes sense. I can also immediately ask him his intentions there. And if takes, I have my queen there. By having my queen there is not the end of the world. I think. What do I want? Do I want my bishop there or my queen there? I'm going for the... I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm going with the... This is also something I like, just to... No. I'm going for development first. My next move can be h6. But also knight out is also possible. Even c6, something on my radar. Just to restrict the knights. We will see. Oh, he takes. Okay. Well, of course we take back. Well, I think we... Do we have to take the pawn? I think we do. I think we do have to take the pawn. Now this pawn is actually hanging now. I mean, I can take it with the bishop or with the queen. I think taking with the bishop makes more sense. Now I'm up 2 pawns. And I'm ready to castle. But I'm not sure if I want to castle here. I also want to apply more pressure on the knight. But that's not going to be easy. Okay, so he protects the knight. But I can take the pawn here. I have to be careful for shenanigans because my rook is trapped here. So let me think about it. It makes sense to develop the knight. And attack the pawn. Now my opponent can castle. Developing the knight makes most sense, I think. Just get more pieces into play. The threat is, of course, taking the pawn, applying lots of pressure on the knight. And well, if he castles, I might consider taking the pawn with check. Now, I don't know. Well, if he castles, that pawn is actually hanging, so I can take that. I can even take it now, actually. So I can take the pawn. Ooh. Okay, my opponent is going to castle. If he castles, he has his king here. What if I take? Well, the knight can take now. But what I can do is I can take the knight, bishop takes, then take the pawn with check. Because my opponent wants to castle here. So takes, check. Well, that looks good. At least my opponent cannot castle in that situation. And I win another pawn. That's a lot of pawns. So check. And I can even slide the bishop back to attack the queen. Can also take the pawn. Interesting choices here. Okay. So what happens if I attack the queen there? Well, I'm not sure what's happening there. Now I can take the pawn actually. And try to play an endgame. Now there's only one thing I don't like. That's the fact he can actually take my knight with check. So what I'm going to do, I think, is bring my queen there, attack the knight, attack the bishop. But he can take my beautiful knight. I'm not sure if I want to give away my beautiful, beautiful knight. But on the other hand, I can also just take, and well, if he takes my knight, oh no, he takes with check. That would be devastating. I'm losing a queen there. That's not what we want at all. Now I can take, I think, and if he takes the pawn, well, I'm counter-attacking, so that's something we can do. I'm also looking at the rook. That's an undefended piece. Can also try to attack the queen there. But he does has this check available there. And he's also kind of threatening here the pawn. So he's threatening a few things. Of course not. I'm not going to take a draw. No. That's annoying. That is really annoying. So here, he can take with check. But I can block the check with the check. Does that make any sense? I think. I don't know. Okay. I take the pawn. Now I'm up 4 pawns. He's going there. Take the pawn. Whatever. I will attack the bishop. Bishop has to move. It goes there. To attack the pawn. Now I can take a pawn there, but I much more prefer simplifying the position. So I can attack the bishop. The bishop has a couple of options. This is the most logical one of them all. Um, can he actually take that pawn? I think he can. Let me... This is going to be a backwards pawn. But I don't want to give away pawns just like that. So I'm thinking about this. And then just I have to find a way where my knight can go. I wanna get my knight out. Somewhere protected, maybe. That's an idea. And then of course take something like that. He's keep giving me draws. I really don't want to take a draw here. I really don't want to. So I am going for something like this. Simplify here. So takes. Maybe he has to go. Maybe he doesn't have time to finish the game. That's possible. Oh, there's the check. Oh, that's actually a good. That's actually a nice check, to be honest. Huh. Yeah, that's nice. I'm losing a piece here. Okay. That was not the smartest decision. I'm losing a piece. But if I don't lose all my pawns, I still have a shot. Because I have these 4 pawns on the king side. So yeah, that was not the best decision of my life. Now first let me take the queen off. I can take another pawn here. Now let me see, how do we do this? Well, first off, let's attack the knight, threatening to take the bishop afterwards. I have to speed up a little bit. I am down a piece. It was a nice move by my opponent. Very nice. Now I'm also X-raying the pawn there. I can take that pawn. Maybe I want to save the pawns first. Is this a threat? Well, it is annoying. It is annoying. Let me take the pawn. Trying to take as much as possible here. If he attacks me, then of course I take the knight. He can also attack me with the king. Everything is possible. I think this move helps me restricting the knights. I want to have that move in, but not now. He can go there. I think I will take that if he goes there, just to regain my peace. Okay. So what about takes, takes, takes? I'm threatening a couple of things. He can take with check, but we will figure it out. So we are attacking the bishop. Now if he goes there, I can attack the rook. He can keep giving me checks. We can also take a pawn, maybe take that pawn. But I'm threatening this, and I'm also threatening the check. Securing the king and the rook. On that move, I think I have to go back. Okay, so we give a check. Now we are picking up the rook. Like so. Now we are back into the game. And let's push the pawn, I think. We have a passed pawn couple. And we can use them to push. And let's actually start that process of pushing the pawn. Check. You have to be careful for that, because that is actually mate. Yeah, this is checkmate. I'm just being checkmated here. Now that move gives me a little bit of an escape square. Can also go here, just to protect that from happening. I'm going here. So check, I have an escape square here. He can also give me this check. That was a nasty move. So here there. Okay. So we are running away. One minute and 60 seconds left. Okay. Let's start pushing the pawn. Yeah, see what you're doing, my friends. He's trying to set something up to win my rook in the corner. Now at some moment, oops, no, not that. I want to have my rook out of the way. But first, is he going to give me checks from behind? Well, I can run away. First, let me go here. Just to be on a dark square. I don't want to leave myself into a discover attack. Okay, let's start pushing the pawn. I can always sacrifice my rook for the pawn. For instance, check here. Well, this kind of helps me actually. And I'm only 2 squares away from promoting. This is an interesting game. From completely winning to completely losing, to equalizing, to completely winning again. A roller coaster. We are on move 34, but I have the feeling we are at move 100. And that bishop is a strong piece. Man, he almost got me checkmated there. Wow. Okay, so he's going after the pawn. Can I attack the bishop? The idea is that I want to take the pawn behind it. For instance, if he moves the bishop somewhere, I can take the pawn with check. That's important. Now if he takes the pawn, of course I take the bishop, and that pawn is lost. If he is pushing the pawn, I take the bishop, and something like that. Now I'm going to push. He's going to push. I'm thinking about taking here the bishop. Sacrificing my rook for the bishop. Now I can promote to queen. And I'm also covering the promotion square. So if takes, I think I will queen here. There's my queen. And if the rook goes there, well, the rook goes there. So we have check. There must be a ladder checkmate. Oh, he resigns. Yeah, I think wherever the king is going, my rook will join, and then I can ladder checkmate him. That was a very, very interesting game, actually. I made a blunder. I blundered my piece in the middle game. Let's see. I didn't scan for checks from my opponents. I was so focused on simplifying that I allowed too much. But I was up so many pawns that I still had great winning chances there. Let me see. Even though we played with an 83.9% accuracy against 76, it's pretty nice. You can see in the graph where I kind of made it a little bit difficult for myself. So we have this gambit. We played pretty well. I think I'm quite happy with how the opening, taking was the best move. This was all good. That was not the best. Is h6 is the better move, maybe? No, bringing the knight out. Okay, well, makes sense. I'm going to analyze it in more depth after the game, of course. It was a free pawn. Now the knight out, this was all good. Yeah, it's minus 4.7. So at this moment I am completely winning. Taking away his castling rights. This was all good. Best move, best move. This is all fine. That was good. Yeah, this was a mistake. What should I have done here? What was a better developing move? Castling, maybe. No, rook takes b2. Taking the pawn there. It felt greedy. It felt greedy to me. Castling is the second move. It actually makes sense. Just get your king to safety. And queen f6. Yeah, getting the queen out of the pin also defending the knight, so my rook can take over that part and x-raying the king. That would be very, very dangerous. So that really makes sense. Okay, that was a great move. That was a great move. This was better. And I think I know why. I think in this situation, I just wanted to take, and of course take back the piece. And then he would have won a full rook here. Yep. I totally missed that check here. I missed that. All right. So he went there right away. Takes, so takes. And although I'm down a piece, I do have, 4 connected passed pawns. So that's pretty nice. He went there. I took the pawn. He went there. Now I took the knight. That was best. Take another pawn. I could have gone there right away. But then just the rook blocks. And what's the computer say? Computer just says take the rook and play this endgame down a bishop, but up 4 pawns. Which also makes sense, but I like this better. Here. Yeah. I know, he can give me lots of checks here. But he took the pawn. Yep. Now I take a full rook. And now I'm completely back in the game. So here, pushing the pawns. What if I just push the pawn? I think that was checkmate, right? In the middle of the board. Just like that. Yeah, that's checkmate. Oh, that's actually pretty nice. So here, check, here. These are all good moves. Yep, good, best, good, best, yep. Yeah. All right. Good game. I want to thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, and leave a comment. I would appreciate that. And then I will see you back tomorrow for a new game. Enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye.